For anybody who's survived and still has internet connection, I'm broadcasting this week's video from our underground apocalypse-proof bunker.
Danny, can you get out of the closet and change the baby's diaper?
Shh, they're trying to lure us out. Welcome to the Common Jewish Center's video blog, the Torah portion of Vayigash. I suppose that this is one week you probably won't hear someone say, come to shul Friday night, it won't be the end of the world. Anyways, this week's Torah portion gives one of the most dramatic biblical accounts ever, the emotional reunion of Joseph and his family. Joseph, who has been rejected by his brothers and sold as a slave to Egypt, has long since risen to power and become the viceroy over Egypt. Viceroy over Egypt. He's in charge of all of Egypt's thriving economy. When his brothers finally arrive to purchase food, Joseph sends them on a roller coaster of problems and challenges, culminating in his demand to take the youngest of the 12, his only full brother Benjamin, as a slave. This is when Judah approaches and demands that Benjamin be returned to their brothers and their father. He's ready to fight all of Egypt if need be, but he will not allow Benjamin to fall into the hands of the Egyptians. Wow! Judah and the brothers have come full circle. Just 22 years earlier, they sold Joseph to Egypt without batting an eye, and now they're willing to give up their lives to save their brother. Joseph realizes that they have truly repented, and now it's time to show them who he really is. Of course, the reunion is emotional. The brothers are ashamed, but after Joseph warmly explains to them that the entire story was designed by God, they settle down with the realization that yes, this is indeed their brother Joseph, and he's like the most powerful dude in the world. What an awesome ending! Or almost. What about Jacob, their dad? How are they going to break the news to him? For 22 years, Jacob has been miserable and mourning his cherished son, long considered to have been ripped apart by wild animals. Hi, Dad. So, remember like you once had a son, Joseph? Oh, of course you do. Anyways, so he's alive. Dad? Dad? Okay, that's not quite how they break the news to him. They do it a bit more gently and subtly. Our rabbis tell us that the news was actually broken to Jacob through music. Daddy dear, you've gotta breathe, drink water, have a seat. The news we're gonna tell you'll knock you off your tiny feet. Your cherished Joseph, who you thought a wild animal tore, ripped apart to pieces, blood and guts all on the floor. The gory scene it made you sad, you cried so many tears. You've gotten all depressed throughout the 22 whole years. Well, I got news to tell you, it'll surely make you sing. But Joseph is alive and well, he's second to the king. Joseph is alive. Yeah, Joseph is alive. He's got the power, Egypt's tower, mighty awesome too. So Dad, let's go and visit him. Mazal Tov to you. Joseph is alive. Yeah. Joseph is alive, yeah! Probably not sung that way either, but we're getting a little closer. Anyways, Jacob finally receives the good news, moves down with his family of 70 souls, and the Jewish nation begins a new life in the land of Egypt. Joseph is truly an amazing person, described in the Torah as beautiful, standing out from the rest of his brothers.
Why? The brothers are ugly?
No, just that Joseph represented spiritual beauty as well. While the brothers spent their days as shepherds, meditating out in the fields, living the spiritually safe life, Joseph was thrown into an aggressive and morally unconscious Egyptian society. Living amid corruption, scandals, and immoral people, Joseph had every legitimate excuse to lower his own spiritual standards. If anything, just to integrate into Egyptian society. Yet Joseph held steadfast to those superior values that had been ingrained in him by his father Jacob. Therefore, the Torah considers him a truly beautiful person. Indeed, when the good news is broken to Jacob, the Torah tells us that they said to him, Joseph is still alive, and he is ruler over the entire land of Egypt. This is not just an empty statement to relay good news. There's much depth to it. The brothers were telling their father that Joseph was alive, not just breathing, but still living up to the high standards that Jacob had educated his children to exemplify. Alive with real spiritual life, and not just an empty breathing waste of space. Joseph was the ruler over Egypt. What the brothers were saying was that Joseph did not allow the corrupt culture of Egypt to influence and rule over him. Rather, throughout the 22 years that he's been alone and rejected, he has nevertheless become a ruler over the Egyptian way of life. Arriving in a new country alone, Joseph had every legitimate excuse to assimilate, integrate, and blend right in with Egyptian society. Yet he remained strong to his superior values and morals, becoming a ruler over Egypt, both physically and spiritually. This is what truly gave his father Jewish naches and pleasure to hear that Joseph is alive with goodness and truth. It propels him to go down and meet with his own eyes this phenomenon named Joseph. Okay, nice challenge, but where is the kishke? Nowadays, more than ever, the lesson of Joseph must be applied. Living in countries where we are free and welcome to integrate and to assimilate, the challenge is so difficult. Will we remain strongly connected to our Father in heaven, who expects and hopes of us to persevere through the challenges, remaining strong to Torah's living standards? Or will we sadly allow ourselves to blend in and assimilate into foreign cultures devoid of Jewish values? Take the lesson of Joseph and remain alive with real living. Become the ruler over your Egypt. And soon enough we will all be reunited with our long-lost Father in heaven who has been hidden from us for way too long. Shabbat Shalom and have a wonderful week.